What is a doula? What are the benefits of adding a doula to your birth and postpartum care? Would you like to become a doula? Why are there not more doulas? These are all questions I'm asked all the time. As a doula trainer for 30 years, I'm excited to share with you some insights I've gained from teaching doulas in more than 40 countries and attending hundreds of births as a doula. Hi, I'm Deborah Pascali Bonaro, founder and director of OrgasmicBirth and host of the OrgasmicBirth podcast. When looking at the role of continuous companionship and support in labor and birth, in the past, looking at artwork throughout time and in over 163 countries, images always show laboring women surrounded by one or more other women offering support and a midwife in the front catching or receiving the baby. When birth happened at home, before we moved from a social event to a medical model, support from other women was an essential part of keeping birth safe, along with a skilled midwife. When the majority of birth moved into hospital, laboring women were often stripped of support, and the skills and the many ways other women offered emotional and physical comfort was lost. Even during the pandemic, many places restricted laboring women from having support. People don't understand that emotional support equals physical well-being too. Body, mind, and spirit are all one. We know that continuous support during labor provides so many benefits, both in the ease of labor, as well as in the emotional well-being and satisfaction of the person and the family giving birth. One of the most respected sources for medical research is the Cochrane Library. They say, historically, women have been attended and supported by other women during labor and birth. However, in many countries, as more women are giving birth in hospital rather than at home, continuous support during labor has become the exception rather than the norm. This may contribute to the dehumanization of women's childbirth experiences. Modern obstetrics can frequently subject women to institutional routines, which may have adverse effects on the progress of labor. Supportive care during labor may involve emotional support, comfort measures, information, and advocacy. These may enhance physiologic labor processes, as well as the woman's feeling of control and competence, and thus reduce the need for obstetric intervention. The Cochrane Library continues that their review of studies from 21 trials from 15 different countries involving more than 15,000 women in a wide range of settings and circumstances, they say and conclude women who received continuous labor support were more likely to give birth spontaneously. They were more likely to give birth with neither a cesarean nor vacuum or forceps, and they were less likely to use pain medication and more likely to be satisfied and had slightly shorter labors. Their babies were less likely to have a low 5-minute ABCAR score. So no adverse effects were identified, and they concluded that all women should have continuous support during labor. Continuous support from a person who is present solely to provide support, not a member of the woman's social network, is experienced in providing labor support, and at least a modest amount of training appears to be beneficial. I am grateful to have been part of DONA International's first board and worked with Penny Simkin, Phyllis Klaus, Annie Kennedy, and the late doctors Klaus and Kennel. So literally at the beginning of the doula movement. As more and more research has come out about doulas, Dr. Kennel's favorite quote always rings in my mind. If a doula were a drug, it would be unethical to withhold it. So why, with more than 24 years of research published showing all the benefits that the simple care of a doula who's there for you with only a few days of training, why aren't there more doulas in the birthing space? There's no risk to hiring a doula, except we reduce so many common interventions. I truly wish I knew the answer, as we have the science. And Dr. Kennel said if a doula were a drug, it would be unethical to withhold her. With so many benefits, it's really thoughts for you to consider. Why don't we have more doulas for birth and postpartum care? So here are my thoughts. One, we need more doulas. So if you want to support your friends, family, maybe even your partner, or you want to support others in your community to have positive, powerful, life-affirming births, then becoming a doula is right for you. I often have people attend my workshop who have a friend, family member, and sometimes a partner who's pregnant. They want to be better prepared to offer their support. I also have nurses, midwifery students, medical students who know there's more than what they're learning to offer all birthing people respectful care with comfort, care, and love. Some people know they want to change or begin a career that offers care to people in their community to have safe, equitable, and positive births and postpartum. Some people themselves had a positive, pleasurable birth and want to help others to have the same options. Sadly, some people have traumatic births and wish they had someone there with them to help them advocate. And they want to be a doula to ensure everyone has the support they desire, that their voice is heard and honored. There are many reasons to consider attending a doula workshop. So many people tell me they wish that all high school seniors had to attend a doula workshop, as the skills you gain are life skills. You will use them in many ways. And to know that just being there in support of someone in birth, you can improve their health and well-being, both of the mother, baby, and the family. And it's not just the well-being that day, that ripples throughout their life. It's truly a workshop that just keeps on giving. Are you wondering why we lost these skills in childbirth and now we need workshops to learn them? Well, history, right? As I shared, when birth was at home, these skills were handed down and everyone learned about birth and comfort skills just as a part of life, as a part of being in a family. With the transition to a medical model and hospitals, there have been benefits, but also much has been lost, including the roles, skills, and wisdom of support and companionship in birth and postpartum. So that women would not be alone as they were in hospitals. From the 1920 to 1960, men came to birth and became the sole support in the 70s and 80s. So if we look at all those photos in the past, it was women in the inner circle and men created the circle, the outer circle. They kept the space safe. If we look at elephants, I always say elephants have doulas too. The male elephant is more in the distance, creating safety, where the females are the inner circle and they come together. They literally sway in rhythm with the birthing elephant and they offer comfort with their trunks and their sounds. While men and all partners play a vital role, we've not done studies on their role, their feelings, or the birthing person's feelings and satisfaction. But we do know that when you have a partner and you add a trained doula, that's when all the benefits of a shorter, easier labor and birth happen. This leads me to point two, why there are not more doulas supporting people in birth. Many birthing people assume having their partner is all they need, since this became the new norm from the 1980s. Of course, partners, you play a vital role, but you're also having your own experience. Partners bring their own fears, and fear is contagious. Fear in labor is designed to slow or stop labor, so it will be longer and harder if the laboring woman does not feel private, safe, and unobserved. Listen to episode 4 of our Orgasmic Birth podcast with Dr. Sarah Buckley to learn more about the hormones of childbirth and how it is essential to feel safe, and why she supports the need for doulas also as to help the flow of the birth hormones. Edit that out. I hear that many people feel birth should just be the birthing woman, birthing person, and the partner. You made the baby together, and you can birth the baby together with your midwife or doctor. And why there's some truth and you want to feel private, doulas add to the privacy and the ability for you and your partner to share and express your love as you labor with ease. And you have more ways to find comfort and pleasure too. Many fathers and other partners also don't have access to the information about the full range of comfort measures, acupressure, position changes, touch, and ways to provide emotional support and release fear to help labor progress with comfort. So, if you're considering having a doula, but worried that it'll take away from your intimacy, think again. After all these years being a doula, I've never been asked to leave at it as it was interfering with their privacy of the couple. Instead, people say to me again and again, it added to the connection. They felt calmer. They appreciated the suggestions and reminders of ways they can connect and birth with their love. And it ensured that they were part of every decision making. Their voice was heard and honored. This is a lot to ask of a partner who's new to birth, to be able to provide care and be an advocate for things that are often unknown. Partners that have a doula to support them, they often feel that they do more. They feel more confident. They have the support they need too. So instead of taking away from your relationship at birth, a doula adds to you and your partner and your relationships. She helps you both to feel confident and ensures all your questions are answered. And of course, if you train with me, we talk about all the way doulas help with intimacy and orgasmic birth too. If you're pregnant, would you like a shorter, easier labor? Ask yourself then, with all the data about the benefits of doulas, what's holding you back? I encourage you to visit Dona.org and download their guide to how to hire a doula and what a doula is. So go to dona.org and just search in how to hire a doula. Take time to meet 2 or 3 doulas in your region and hear about their practice and what they do in birth and also in the days postpartum to provide you care, support, and information. Doulas make a difference. I hope you will consider having a doula with the knowledge of comfort measures to help you make informed decisions by facilitating communication between you, your doctor, midwife, nurse, and care team. They'll help you to amplify your voice to ensure you're heard and respected and can benefit you, your partner, and your birth. So reason 3 why I think we don't have as many doulas is hospitals. Yes, we talked about 1, we need more doulas, so train as a doula. Parents need to understand what a doula does and the support it's providing and not taking away. But we have barriers from hospitals and providers too. Providers go to school for a long time. It's a big investment and they want to keep birth safe. This is essential, right? Doctors, nurses, and midwives. So think in their role. Along comes a doula who, with just a few days, learns some simple techniques, stays continuously, helps with emotional support, and they lower the cesarean birth rate, make birth shorter and easier, less requests for epidurals. Babies are healthier too, less likely to admit to special care nursery. This is challenging to providers as all they want to do is what a doula does. But today they often have to care for 2 or more people in labor at a time. They change shifts. And that means that they're spending their time reading monitors, charting, computers. That's all taking them away from the personal care. And that's what they want to do. But what they're doing is essential to keep birth safe. That's why doula, midwife, doctor, nurse collaboration is so important. Doulas are the missing link in maternity care that we need. When female support was stripped away from birth by hospitals, it left a hole that even with all our advances, birth is still seeing too many people suffer the consequences of overuse of technology and lack of respect. Doula care ensures you receive the best of both worlds. Our maternity care system is dysfunctional at best and leaves most people alone more than supported. So finally, providers are learning that a doula is not taking away from their care either, but adding to their care, and that collaboration for birth is best for all. Even insurance is covering doulas in some states in the US through Medicaid, and a few private insurers have reimbursed me in the past. People are giving the gift of a doula care for baby showers, paying for doulas out of flex spending plans, and some corporations are including doula coverage for all their employees, knowing that a safe and gentle and supported transition to parenting, ensuring healthy beginnings, both physically and emotional, will ripple out the entire first year and beyond. There are community doula programs funded by state and local governments and grants too. Doulas are here to stay, as the evidence is strong that connecting the circle of support around birth and parenting, including a trained doula who can birth forward the wisdom of our ancestors with the benefits of modern medicine, and create safe and respectful birth and gentle, equitable transitions to parenting for all. Lastly, doulas are part of global initiatives. I co-chair the International Childbirth Initiative, and doulas are part of step 4 and 9 of our 12 steps to safe and respectful mother, baby, family, maternity care. So how are you feeling about doulas? I would love to hear from you. If you had a doula at your birth, please post a picture or your feelings about having a doula and tag us at OrgasmicBirth. If you'd like to become a doula, visit orgasmicbirth.com/dona-birth-doula-training to join us on the wait list, so you'll be first to know about my upcoming trainings and workshops and retreats around the world, both in person and as well virtually. So together, let's remove the barriers so that every person who wants a doula can become a doula or have a doula, as our Dona vision says. I look forward to taking you deeper into doula wisdom and more into postpartum skills too in future podcasts. I look forward to hearing how you're feeling about doulas after listening today.